Yo, I think I see what's going on. You guys are having some problems at school?
No, not really. Unless you consider getting your heads dumped into a public toilet a problem.
Ouch. Twirlies are the worst. At least that's what I've heard. Because there's no way that I could possibly know that on a personal level.
Eddie, what was school like for you?
Mistake when this kind of stuff is on the floor.
And hiring.
This all like a shit. Welcome back to Attack.
Oh, let's go! Connected!
Cowboys, I'm your host, The Attacking Man. We got Pimp C in the building, man. Coach Pimp C in the building. We got Chad up in this mug, man. Christian Parker is talking about Caleb Downs, the defense, and he had a hell of a quote. And I just saw the quote. I didn't get to hear him actually say it. He had a hell of a quote. We're about to have another fun reaction, y'all. Let's get right into it. Be sure to subscribe for more Dallas Cowboys content. The regular.
Man, shut your bitch ass up.
Man, shut your up. All right. Those Pimp C.
Yeah, I mean, I think a guy like Caleb, you know, he's a natural football player. You know, he's one of those, you know, first picks in the schoolyard, you know what I mean? So he's going to have natural versatility, and just a matter of, you know, what he can handle mentally and then how we fit everything together.
And then it was just day one of minicamp, but what have you seen from him now, just being in the building, getting back into what you guys are doing?
He's the same guy we had in the building on the 30 visit, same guy we saw on tape, you know, just an intentional person, consistent, really, you know, just flatline, you know what I mean? Not like in terms of not having energy, but he's just consistent in terms of his approach and everything he does.
Charlie said that you guys have a gravitational pull to him a little bit around other people. What have you seen from him just interacting with other players and other guys here since he got here?
Yeah, I think he just naturally has that. He's naturally engaging, naturally just interacting with everybody. He kind of has that spirit about him. So I think it just comes natural to who he is.
Have the two of you all kind of hit it off when you say that it seems like you're both sort of cerebral football junkies? How have you hit it off?
Yeah, hit it off pretty well. You know, I think even down to his 30 visit coming in here, he was very familiar with what we were going to do because he watched our tape from Philadelphia. You know, the past 2 years, Jim Knowles and Matt Guerrieri, their safeties coach, came up to visit us in Philly during the spring twice when I was there. So a lot of the stuff he was familiar with from the shell system and some of the things. They played a different style, but it was very similar. So talked about some of those things on this visit, talked about his tape, and it's been the same thing, you know, last night and today. Christian, what did you see from Malachi that you see that jumped off the film and then in your meetings with him that, you know, made you comfortable putting him in this whole team? Yeah, you know, we had him in the formal process at the combine. I think you see just a natural rusher on tape. He has natural instincts. He can turn his toe at the top of the rush. He plays with power. He plays with urgent effort. You see him just, you know, running down quarterbacks, and that's one thing we talk about. 3 quarterbacks in our division are all athletic. So anybody we deploy on the edge has to be able to run sideline to sideline with him, and he has that.
They got an actual left guard now.
Very thorough, very just, you know,
Pro-style left guard.
From run pass, how we study the linemen, just the whole 9 yards. So
in the auction.
Exposure to him in that process.
Are you going to take Sean Barr during the draft process of your history, the defense that you played under? How did you kind of see Barr as this chess piece that you could use as an inside linebacker?
Well, I think the best thing is you don't have to project it because you see it. You know, at both Maryland and Michigan, he's playing in both spots. He's playing off the ball. He's playing on the edge. They're playing Ohio State. It's goal line. He's 3 yards behind the nose and just tracking the football. So you see those different traits. So you want to see him off the ball and kind of see how that goes from that transition before you put him anywhere else. You can take advantage of more versatility when he's in that on that second level than if he's on the edge. But he's certainly capable of playing both. We're gonna keep him at Mike right now and kind of see how it goes.
How have you seen that type of player?
Big, okay. So they using Jay Sean as the mic. Okay. I mean, and the dude is a monster, y'all. We gonna get to the rookies sound bites too, man. So y'all be sure to subscribe so y'all don't miss my reaction to that.
It's kind of similar to Baron Browning was probably the most recent example. He was at Ohio State.
Ain't gonna lie, this feel like Shotty from last year. Y'all remember last year, man? I wasn't even talking for real because I was just enamored with the football conversation going on. It's kind of give me the same vibes right here.
He played both spots. We drafted him at Denver. He was hurt when he came out. He ended up starting his rookie year at Mike and started for a couple games for us, and then he ended up moving to edge after that. But Jay Sean has some similar traits to Baron. We just got to kind of bring him along and see how the brain works.
You took that defensive coordinator job and you looked at the way the roster was on defense. How does it look now compared to that?
What's going on, Chet?
Good job. I think
It's been a couple days.
And their staff over there, they've done a good job just assessing and evaluating talent. Bringing players to us. We're having great dialogue on what the schematic fits are, what we're looking for, what we expect those guys to do in different situations. If we have this, then maybe we don't have that, and kind of how to piece it all together. Right. Because the defense is going to get formed about the personnel that we have. But their process has been very thorough in terms of just accumulating the talent.
Christian, what's your
Pickle Jones is your
indicator from the defense? Does it need to be a linebacker? Can it be Caleb? Wearing the green dot? Those kind of things. Who do you think is the candidate?
There'll be multiple options, and we'll kind of figure that out as we go. We don't play a game for a long time, so we got time for that.
A lot of conversation about you is about your history with Mark Fangio. How much is that a carryover? Do you have new things that you want to implement, or is it going to be a lot of stuff?
We'll see.
Jerry talked about how lucky they were to get scaled downs for him to fall as far as he did. What was just your perspective on draft night as you're watching the picks go in and you're like, hey, Caleb is still there, and knowing how much you guys liked it?
Yeah, you're just seeing the guys come off the board, and you're just seeing his name is still up there, and you're just hoping that we get in striking distance where you don't have to sacrifice everything to go get him. Right. And I think we got to a certain spot we were comfortable with. Jerry made the call to go make it happen.
I mean, you can't get no more comfortable than one spot.
I just wanted to, give him a little reminder. As you go through the process, we have the position meetings and we restack the board and everything.
Did I taste it?
It's not just defense, it's offense and special teams. So just, kind of send him a couple reminders. Maybe, you can schedule messages to get sent on the iPhone now. So you send it at night, get it sent at 8 a.m. the next morning. So when he's walking in the office, he kind of sees it. So
What's your vision for LTO on the defensive side? What kind of role do you see him having?
Yeah, we see him as a defensive tackle. We know he can play edge. That's what he did at Alabama. We've seen him play over tackles and tight ends and kind of play more vertical. Marcus kind of has a good plan for him, whether it's the 3, the 4-eye, playing some 5. But we really see a versatile player that, he plays a violent style. He uses his hand well. He plays with a good power base. Yeah. He's been in different alignments already, so it's going to be even more comfortable for him here.
Times I can, and we'll figure out who's the Mike, who's the SWAT, and those kinds of things. In comparison to a true Mike or a true SWAT guy.
Yeah, you just want as many good players as you can possibly find, and that's our job to figure it out from there.
That's why it was important for you to say, let me get some versatility in some of these guys that you acquire, whether it's the draft or free agency.
Yeah, I think naturally, really good football players
don't gotta touch the left guard no more.
Play the right way and play with intensity. Those are naturally going to be versatile players. Now, you don't need everybody to play versatile. Everybody doesn't have to play in multiple spots. You want guys to get good at one spot. If they can do multiple jobs and wear multiple hats, that is what it is. But I wouldn't say we were seeking to find as many players that could play. It's not like other sports where you got to play both. You know what I'm saying? If we can have a guy just play that's nickel, we're going to do that. If it's a guy that we want to play in one position in base, one position in nickel, we're going to do that too. So I think we just wanted as many good players as we could find.
What do you like about him?
I think number one, you feel his athleticism and you just feel
you feel to stop playing?
His intensity to the football. He's a really good space player. He can really evaporate space. When that ball's thrown in check downs or he's running from C gap to C gap or A gap to C gap or whatever it might be. You just see this intensity and really good angles that he plays with, and he's violent. And we encourage that. So we think he's gonna have a good transition. Kind of getting started working with him, and we're ready to see how it goes.
Christian Parker might have a defense full of goons, y'all. He done said violence in every answer. Violence. I can't wait to see what training camp about to look like.
As far as the green dot is concerned, what you want those linebackers to do?
We'll see. It's too early to tell.
I realize it's only an hour practice. It's such a big chance. Not everybody's out there. What was it like to be on the grass today for the first time and seeing some of the things that you want to see athletically from these guys?
It was good. I think anytime you get back on the practice field, like that's, in a lot of situations, you know what I'm saying? So seeing the coaches coach, the position coaches. And
you in a black car for real, man?
Emphasis on certain things, seeing the players moving around. And I think anytime you get out there and you hear that music playing,
I want to play with you.
Really kind of, get to it. That's what
Oh, you found it. What a relief. Thanks, Gecko.
Go to the website.